Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And guys, there's a ton of stuff happening in the Ripple v SEC lawsuit right now. One of the examples I have is some stuff that went down about 23 hours ago, but to be honest with you, today was a very big day in terms of lawsuit news, and so there's quite a lot to cover, so sit tight and enjoy the show. Having said that, guys, if you are enjoying these daily crypto videos and you want to help out, make sure you go ahead and press that like button on the video. And also, if you're looking for a platform to trade, make sure you check out the links down below. But now that we have that out of the way, there's actually a lot of very important things that went down. One of the very critical things that happened was this right here. Judge Torres denied the SEC's motion to revoke amnesty status and bar John Deedon from further proceedings. Amnesty can't participate in expert challenge now, but may file application to brief concerns with SEC's expert at summary judgment. So the conclusion of this in baby language, so to speak, is, well, the SEC was trying to get John's friend of the court status removed, and actually you just completely removed John from anything in this lawsuit. So XP community and John Deedon basically removed them all together. The judge said, nope, they're staying in. However, John cannot comment on the SEC's expert as of this point. He, however, can bring up his concerns once we get to our next phase, which is summary judgment. Very important win for Ripple, but mostly just for the XP community at that. There's more. But before we actually go into what's more, there's one important thing. Over on Bibit right now, there's actually a really cool action or promotion they have going on. From now until July 31st, if you trade $3,000 worth of XRP3L, which I believe is XRP3 leverage. It's a token though. It's not like a futures trading as a thing. It's like you just buy or sell this token on the spot market. But if you trade $3,000 of it, you're going to get an airdrop between $10 and $500. Now, is this like you trade $3,000 and you get either 10 or 500 or something in the middle based upon how? I don't know. This is the blog post that they put. If you check the website, this is all the information that they give. And so I'm assuming if you trade $3,000 worth, you're going to get a number between $10 and $500 for absolutely free, which is the best campaign they've ever had. And so that's why I'm quickly sharing it with you guys, because it's actually pretty crazy. Because the way I see it is you just trade, let's say I deposit $10,000. I just traded a couple times. I traded 3 times, for example. Then I traded $30,000 worth of XRP3L. And I just get maybe $500 for free. Maybe if I just deposit, $500 and I trade it 6 times, so just quickly in and out, I trade it a couple times. How much will it cost me in fees? Let's say $10, and then I might get 500 because of it, for that. I don't know. Also, I had a little miss happening with one of my recordings from earlier, and because I was actually talking about Fomo Pay, a new partnership that Ripple had. Ripple collaborates with Fomo Pay to enable cross-border treasury payments. But for some reason, that video kind of corrupted itself. But it's a pretty big deal because it utilizes ODL, which is basically the XRP part of RippleNet. I already described to you guys, though, how I think Ripple is going to expand quite massively as time goes on, as the hardest part was getting them to sign onto RippleNet, and the easiest part was to sign them onto different parts of RippleNet. In people that have been in the community for longer, it's pretty difficult to sign them onto Xcurrent, but once they're on Xcurrent, it's pretty easy to sign them up for ODL or XRapid in our newest terms. The SEC went pretty crazy again, as we covered before. Wow, can't make this up. Now we have a 4th iteration of what the speech actually was. In the objection to Torres, the speech is now guidance to market participants, but only from Hinman's Division of Enforcement and not binding on the SEC, calling Matt Solomon report for duty. This is after this came out. The SEC filed its objections to Judge Nedburn's ruling, compelling the SEC, so making the SEC compelling the SEC to turn over the Hinman speech documents. And all that meant was that the SEC now had to finally, after a very, very long debate, give up the documents regarding the Hinman speech. But now they're giving a response saying, wait. We don't think that's fair. We don't think that we should give it over because of, provided guidance to the market participants about how staff in the SEC division, just bollocks, to be honest with you, just straight up stupidity. I'm not so sure exactly whether or not they think the judge is just mentally ill or anything along those lines. I'm not exactly sure why they keep trying this. There's a lot of fun pages in that as well. We've read a lot of this stuff already before, though. Ben Armstrong also, this is BitBoy. No bigger criminals in the government than Dirty Gary Gensler, aka ET, and Janet the Felon Yellen, aka the Tweety Bird Monster. After Crypto Law posted earlier, apparently Gensler failed to register his family investment fund in the state of Maryland, recalls what Judge Ned Burns said recently about hypocrisy. There's just a lot of crazy things going on. For a second, I thought Gary Gensler followed me here, but it's Gary Gensler Facts. I guess it just states a lot of these things which Gary Gensler has done over the last couple of months, which we all think is kind of strange. Jeremy said, once again, an SEC Gambit fails. Not only will Deaton likely be allowed to brief the expert witness issue, just not right now, and not be kicked out of the case as the SEC had hoped, but by attacking Deaton personally, the SEC opened the door to the filing of SEC dirty laundry. So what I understood from this is that because the SEC went after John Deaton, again, barred John Deaton from further proceedings, and basically, for given their reasonings, they explained a couple of things about John Deaton personally. I think John Deaton has a lot more room to kind of come back from this, and also, it's a little bit more logical, right? That John Deaton is like, well, but you guys have this on a more personal level, I'm thinking. We have here, this is also Ripple. There's a lot that happened, right, over the last 24 hours. The Ripple defendants have filed a request to file a reply letter in support of their sealing motion, which is just to hide things from the public, to correct certain factual mischaracterizations in the SEC's opposition to the defendant's sealing motion. SEC does not object, nothing too special. And we also had the SEC has filed the complete package of its objections to Magistrate Judge Ned Burns' ruling, compelling the SEC to turn over Hinman documents, including the declaration of Leighton Stewart and the exhibits. Yeah, you understand how this was, right? Objection to the judge's order. The judge basically said, give over those Hinman documents. The SEC is like, no. And they gave a lot of info about that as to why they don't think they should give it over. And John Deaton came out. The speech draft shows SEC attorneys applying their legal experience in security laws to guide Director Hinman in developing the speech, which is what the SEC said. And that's a lot of help for an irrelevant personal opinion that wasn't meant to provide market guidance. I want a refund on my taxes. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one. But yeah, okay. The rest I think is going to be a little bit more about some crazy Coinbase shenanigans that I've been finding here and just some other crypto news that I've been pressing the like button on, because the whole Coinbase situation is so strange as well. Who do we see? ARK Invest sold $75 million worth, as we saw earlier. But Jim Cramer flipping a whole 180. He is saying like, oh no, I knew this was look at this. Too much initial demand on coin that the stock soars from the start. You know, he says it's kind of logical that things are dumping when not too long ago, I have it open here. Let me scroll for 5 seconds. We like Coinbase to 475, he said a couple months ago. No, it's actually over a year ago already. Time flies, guys. This was freaking April of 2021. Time flies in crypto, man. Really, it's crazy how quickly things go. Even the Ripple v SEC lawsuit, it's wow. Started to think about how long it's been, a year and a half of this shenanigans and nonsense. It really is crazy, guys. It really, really is crazy. Read Rep Sherman, who's the guy who thought that XRP on exchanges, the exchanges would be kind of sued or at least troubled for that. Read Representative Sherman's behavior. I sometimes doubt, is it Republican or representative? I always say representative. Is it Republican? Behavior highlights the pernicious effect of regulation by enforcement rather than provide regulatory clarity through rulemaking. The SEC seeks to bully the market by filing or threatening to file enforcement cases. Yeah, we talked about this before, right? How the SEC's approach is not the way in which they should go for it. Rather than providing regulatory clarity through rulemaking, the SEC is bullying crypto markets by filing unproven allegations masquerading as regulation. And in the latest op-ed outlined the urgent need for sensible crypto legislation from Washington. Then again, piece by piece, it is happening. So I guess I can kind of say I'm happy with the fact that piece by piece, the SEC is being put on the map, specifically because of what they did to Coinbase right now. More and more people are starting to notice that the SEC's method of doing things ain't the right one. And I think it's going to be one of the biggest house of card falls in the government in a very long time. But it'll take a couple more months for all these cookies to crumble. But again, we shall see. That was it for today's video, though, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Remember, guys, there's a 99%, I'm not sure if I should say that, but there's a 99% chance in my own head that the Ripple will win. But with all the crazy stuff we've seen, always keep in the back of your head that maybe right? This lawsuit was the SEC's worst mistake. Let's just kind of hope that making the SEC win is not going to be the judge's biggest mistake. I'm out, guys.